Hello everyone, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I hope everyone getting well by the grace of Almighty Allah. A wonderful day, all of you. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professional Free International webinar. Thank you all for joining with us in this marvelous session, and I hope you stay with us till the program ends. And time to time, you like our Facebook page, Facebook group, and also subscribe our YouTube channel for upcoming information. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member, and I feel honored to host this webinar. And it's my delight to welcome you all to our Institution of Global Professional Free International webinar. Dear participants, I am Kamrul from Bangladesh. Dear participants, before we have completed our 932 webinars successfully, now I will be presenting webinar number 933, and the topic is the importance of information technology. Today we have a brilliant speaker from India. Today our speaker name is Ma'am Alka Arya. Let's we welcome our speaker to the screen.
Thank you very much, and happy to share knowledge. So the topic which I'm starting is importance of information technology, and I would be taking up trends and innovation of the present time to make you understand what's relevant and what's new in technology sector. So welcome everyone. Please let me know. Are you able to see the screen and the
Yes,
slides?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I see your screen, but I can't see you, ma'am. Switch on your camera.
Yeah, so I am at a location where there is a problem with bandwidth, so I may not be visible, so I've switched off my camera.
Okay, ma'am. You can
Yeah,
start your presentation.
yeah. All right. So coming to trends and innovation, I'll walk you through the topics which I would be covering in this, and one by one we'll have a walkover for all of these. So we'll have an overview about metaverse, artificial intelligence, chatbots, augmented reality, Internet of Things, and omnichannels. So how all of this can be put into omnichannel and have a larger reach to the audience. So, coming to technology, pre pandemic and post pandemic, you must have experienced a rapid change in technology and the acceptability of technology. So, before pandemic, if we say there were around 30 to 40 professionals, 30 to 40% professionals around the world, that has increased to around 60 to 65% during pandemic, and likewise uh, and due to the surge in using the technology internet, there are large number of people who are engaging on internet, on social media, as well as using various technologies. So this is what we would be going over. As I mentioned, you must have realized the significance of technology in the recent years. And if we have to talk about in numbers, we have roughly 7 billion people, and roughly 5 billion people are on internet. So that's a large pool of people who could be used for various goods which can be done in this world and to solve the looming problems by making use of technology. So, immersive and digital experiences, starting with metaverse. So, before we talk about metaverse, I'll just talk little about internet technologies. So during 1990s, when internet, that is World Wide Web, came into existence, it was called as Web 1. So during that time, the most internet had was a web page, a static page, and some sort of information. So that remains from 1990 to, you can say, till um, early 1990s, 1980s to 1990s, we can say. But it was not accessible to the general public as much. So that era is called as Web 1. Then came the Web 2, which we most of us are familiar with. Like it started from 1990 to till 2014, and it had all the content, like where a normal user can have ease of use, readily accessible information, blogs, and all sort of searching and dynamic pages. So that era is Web 2. We presently are in almost Web 2 era, and now we are moving towards Web 3. So that's how this concept of metaverse has come over. Now, what is Web 3? It is an idea of new iteration of the World Wide Web, which incorporates concepts such as decentralization, blockchain technologies, and token based economics. So, and there are certain big brands which are moving towards Web3, and they have started incorporating these technologies into their brands, into their daily uses, and bringing in more audience into it. So, coming to metaverse, we are familiar with the concept. As we all know, the largest social media networking platform which we have, Facebook, has been renamed to Meta because they are moving from Web 2 to Web 3. And what difference it would be bringing is that it's going to be far more immersive experience than just the present experience. So suppose we take an example of it. um, I'm at India, and I have a lot of interest in some band which is being played at Royal Museum London, and I wanted to be participant of it, and I don't want to go to London. Similarly, I have a lot of interest in some technology conference which is happening same day in United States of America, and there is this cricket match or a hockey match which is happening, say, at Netherlands or at Germany, and I'm very fascinated by one of the car, and the car maker is in Germany. So I have these four countries where different experiences I wanted to gain. So at my own location, that is from India, I can access all these four, and that too in a way where I'll be having like complete actual experience. Though it's going to be in a virtual world, but it's almost similar to my physical presence to that. So I'll explain it how it goes. So suppose, as I mentioned, I wanted to go to this music band and I want to listen to them. So I would be accessing that. Of course, you require some sort of technology for it, and you needed some security checks and all that. So I'm assuming that's been through, and I, as an individual, is either at the front row or at the back row, or whatever row or whatever seat I want it to be, and actually I'm hearing those people, those musicians whom I wanted to. and say there are 10 songs they are playing and I don't want to listen all those 10 songs, so I just listen two songs which I wanted to, and I come out of that experience, I come out of that immersive experience, and then I want to experience the conference which is going in America. I have access to it, and with the same uh, setup and the security access and everything, I go over there and I hear out whatever topic, whatever demonstration they are doing related to technology. So for an hour and half an hour, I go over there, I meet those people. Of course, it's all going virtually, but it's all in an exact kind of situation as it's going to be in a real world. After that, I come over to this Germany, and where these people are launching some car or something, the car with which I'm very fascinated, and I go into that room or go into that experience and look over the car, how it actually looks like, and all that. Even I can have a drive as well. So if it's an advanced sort of technology being used, I can drive as well. And now half an hour I've spent there and coming over to watch the match. So whatever stadium seat which I wanted to take, and if it's not taken by somebody who is also experiencing the this virtual experience of that game, then I can be into that game and have the match being looked over uh, virtually. So this is the large scope and bigger scope of metaverse. This in nutshell is metaverse. Though actually how long will it take to reach to this level is yet in progress, like all the work is in progress, but in few years, another 3 4 years, you'll start experiencing such immersive experiences which I have talked about. And I have just given you four examples of my interest. It can be anything, you can think of anything, and that is available uh, virtually, and you would be able to experience it, and you'll be completely part of it. So how it's different from web 2 and web 3, I think through the imagination you could have understood. Like presently, of course, you can see the match, presently of course you can see the concert, or you can be part of the conference, or you can see the car show, whatever is going on, but you cannot physically see it in a three-dimensional way. So it's like, your dreams or your imagination is getting a kind of you say video into it, and shape into it, and very fascinating audio to it. So this is what metaverse is. um Now if we talk about various, as I mentioned, that there are so many bigger brands who are going towards this meta phases, and they have created this immersive experiences. So if I have to talk about Nike, so Nike have this Roblox kind of virtual space. It's also called Nike Land. So here, once you access that land, virtual land, how what all facilities you get, that you can wear a virtual shoe, you can run on a track, you can have virtual shirts which Nike produces, and all the products which are related to Nike, they are available. uh, some of them presently I've looked over, they are having some price also. You virtually pay the money and you buy a t-shirt, and as an avatar, uh, with some sort of whatever t-shirt you wanted to buy or whatever shoes you wanted to buy, you can experience that sort of experience. So that's like wonderful. So Nike is already into it, and they provide you this facility. Similarly, Samsung. Samsung has a very huge store named as at 837 Washington Street. So, on the same model, they have created a virtual space, and there you can play any game, you can experience any app they have in their store, and all such interactive, immersive experiences. So, whatever you can experience in a store, you can experience in a virtual world. So, that's about Samsung's 3 3837X experience and decentralized land. Similarly, you can be part of a VR virtual reality concert, and here, whatever seat you want to take, you can take, or in the backstage, if you want to see how these musicians are getting ready and what happens at backstage, how they put in their instruments, everything, all sort of that. Experiences you can gain out of the meta experiences. So this is where we are heading towards, and it's very fascinating if you imagine it and if you see how that will be incorporated. So that's one more example. And there are many other examples. If you see various other bigger brands like Louis Vuitton or all that, they are also getting into these sort of virtual spaces, and they are providing each and every access to the products they have, so that people have a kind of 3D experiences and more understanding what they are offering. So that's about metaverse, and lot to go, lot to do about it. Coming over to next emerging or already being used heavily is artificial intelligence. So, again, artificial intelligence has a very larger scope, and already it's being used in various places. You must have heard about the driverless car, you must have heard about the Amazon stores, and you have already heard about the voice enabled devices like Alexa and all, and Siri. So these are a few examples of artificial intelligence, and many more are there. Like they are in millions and being incorporated at a massive stage. So, if I have to talk about Web 2 and Web 3, already now Web 2, we are using artificial intelligence. So, once I'll give you more examples, you'll come to understand, yeah, this is an example of artificial intelligence and we are using it. So, simply, what is artificial intelligence? That machines are such that after repetitive actions, they store that information into them, and after a certain period of time, they get so intelligent that you don't have to give any command to them, and they behave as if the work are being already done. So, this is the intelligence any a device captures and deliver results in return to it. So Amazon, Netflix, and any technology company or any health company related to medicine, or factories or manufacturing, or any sort of business you think of which is running quite well, must be using artificial intelligence in smaller or larger scale. So, say, simple example, Amazon. We all do shopping on Amazon. And what happens in Amazon is, suppose you are accessing certain products, and over a period of time, what they have collected from you is that these sort of products this person is interested about, and they keep track of all those interactions. And when at 10th or 11th time you come to Amazon, they provide you that customized information related to the products you show interest to buy. So they mm, in the background there are certain programs which keep track of all your browsing history, and it's not confined to just Amazon. They get information from internet, like what you are searching, what your profession is, what sort of news you are reading, and based upon that they come up with set of recommendations, and that's what they show on Amazon. And it's not confined to just Amazon, it can be tracked by any e-commerce website which you must be using in Bangladesh or any other country where your particular e-commerce platform is very heavily used. So all these programs are running in the background. uh, Taking example of Netflix, say there are certain programs or certain serials or certain movies or certain language you look content for, and after a while they start giving you recommendation based upon the intelligence they have gained out of you and what sort of interest hobbies you have. And here again they do tracking from all your interactions on the internet. So in a way, it's a scary thing as well that you've been tracked, and in a way it's a helpful thing also that you don't have to browse like 100 pages to reach up to your kind of interesting movie which you wanted to. So it has both the aspects, but as a technology person I am just talking about the positive these technologies or artificial intelligence brings to any person in day-to-day lives. So similarly we have these voice text to voice tracking systems as well. So in artificial intelligence I'll give, because it is already being used heavily, it's already in practice going on, and you yourself must have experienced various places where this artificial intelligence is in existence. So I can give you far more examples. So suppose there is this thermostat, digital thermostat, and you bring it to your house, you put it there. Within a week, that thermostat understands like what sort of temperature is needed in this particular house, what sort of timings are there of the person who lives in that house, and based upon that the lights gets on, the lights are switched off, and likewise. So all these commands are done automatically with the link system, and you don't have to keep track of even switching the light if you have such smart devices at your home. Similarly, if you use Alexa, you just command Alexa like which song you wanted to play, uh, take you to some website which you wanted to, what's the date today, what's going to be the weather forecast today. So day to day, all the things which you otherwise would have looked over, you can get that information just by speaking to these devices. So that's another example of artificial intelligence. Then digital assistance devices are also there. Say you are a professional and you want your meetings to be scheduled, and you want somebody to voice text you or tell it through voice that it's going to be your meeting time now, and likewise. So those assistant and those devices are already in existence. So this is in nutshell about artificial intelligence. So this is the thermostat I talked about. Netflix example, we already come to know, like how they keep track of our interest, hobbies, and based upon that, they give us recommendation for the movies, and they renew the subscription plan and everything. So in the background, the algorithm works. Home assistants like Siri is there, Google is assistants is there, Katana is there, and all these voice to text technology. They are already part of our lives, and if not, are going to be in part of our lives already. Now there's interesting aspect to it. Till now, whatever examples I gave you were related to your experiences which you are experiencing at your home or maybe at your office. Now you are at your, say you are at your social settings, say you went to a restaurant and you are quite frequent to that restaurant. So what happens that there would be some sort of system who is tracking your all information in a positive way, and the moment you steps into an restaurant or in a bar, it says hello, this and this, whatever is your name. Say I say, my name is Alka, so it is hello Alka, this table which you normally sits over is all free and you're welcome to sit there, and here is your drink. Say usually I take 5 or 6 types of drinks from that bar or restaurant, so they already give me recommendation over that and they bring me that sort of drink, and automatically that transaction happens from my phone and all that. So that will be amazing, that will be very a nice experience to have in uh, physical world. So these are the personalization and customized experiences which are already taking precedence and already in existence and going on. So this is also some sort of example of artificial intelligence. So personalization is like, suppose you are at any restaurant and they just talk about your preference every time. They are just giving emphasis over your interests rather than giving you a list of other 100 items. So they not only saving your time, they are making you feel special. So once you feel special anywhere, of course you'll be again going over there, rather than waiting somewhere and spending your time and wasting your time. So this is how the next level of customer experiences are happening nowadays. So technology is helping that. um, so there are various literature, various information on artificial intelligence. So if you like, you can find out more on YouTube, Google, and hear out Sundar Pichai, what he talks about artificial intelligence and other technology leaders for your further understanding. So artificial intelligence, suppose I talk about in terms of marketing, how it can help further. So till now, as I mentioned, that there is around roughly around 5 billion population around the world who are accessing internet. So suppose you are having any educational courses, or you are an institute which provide education, or you are an individual who are running some brands, businesses, or any form of setup you have. So you can always leverage this whole population which is there on internet by making use of all the technological aspects which I've mentioned till now, and further enhance your the audiences or your customer base, or the influence which you wanted to gain, or the mission you wanted to accomplish. So that is very much possible by technology rather than spending 5 to 6 years into physically locating location and the group and kind of people. They are already on the internet, so it makes you a very easy access to reach to the audience you wanted to and engage them. Now Google ranking is another thing. So suppose you have a website for your product, for your institute, for your brand, or for your business. It's not sufficient. It needed to have certain keywords defined into it, in the coding in the background, so that it can be ranked well and it can be displayed on as in top page. Suppose I give you example. You are a professional who has some educational courses to deliver, and there are 100 more professionals who are offering same service. So if your page is not in first 10 items, like in the first to second search, like first page or second page search, you won't be able to attract more number of people or audience into uh, bringing in more uh, people or customers to your services. So you need to have a high ranking for it. Rather, it needed to always be on the page one. So 1 to 10 is usually the best for having a good number of reach and flourishing businesses. So this is the aspect we can always keep in mind, that if you are having your website, it needed to be shown at the top pages and top ranks. Voice searches are also the trend. Like now we can do searches through voice text, and people are moving further from the text. Writing text is always like little an effort to do. So just to avoid that, you just say search this information for me, search this and that, and person can have such searches as well. So in these searches, voice searches also, the phrases, questions, whatever you're using, they can again be ranked further, and bring in your ranking for the website at the top places. So you need to be careful with those as well. And as an artificial intelligence point of view, the voice searches uh, are also available nowadays. Now, chatbots are interesting. So, suppose you have a website, and first it need to have a good ranking. Very like the least it should be on is 1 to 10 ranking. Then people would be looking over to your web pages. Once that's been set, the voice searches part has also needed to be sorted. Once that's done, then comes the chatbot. So chatbox makes your life also easier as an owner of the business, and how it does, I'll explain that as well. So usually, whenever there is a business running, or whenever there is any setup or any organization being put into existence, what happens is that there is a person who would be sitting at the background, who would be providing 24 into 7 information related to whatever searches a person is doing. Say we take an example. I wanted to buy some sort of product, and some sort of training from any educational or any such website which is available. And I further wanted to inquire about it, like complete process about it, how it's different from others and all that. Like whatever information you are giving in the website, I need a little more than that information. So what I would do, I would write to support team, or I would try to contact somebody whose contact number you must have given to me, and I'll be speaking to those person. So instead of doing that, there are these chat bots. So you may have come across few websites where at the right corner there is a small window, and you just enter your question or your query over there, and it gives you a lot of information. If you see this example of Sephora, so like whatever products they have, whatever information related to makeover or any information, uh, which can be put beforehand, is being done through chatbots. So these are chatbots, and it's good to have such chatbots implemented in the websites you are running. So that's about chatbot. Any question till now, or we would be having like question and around at the end? So are you people there? Am I audible? So I think people are on mute or something.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So any question till now?
Have you finished your presentation, ma'am?
No, no, no. It's going on. It's
Ma'am,
because I'm the only one speaking.
after your presentation, we have question and answer session. Then
Okay.
our
All right.
participant ask their
Okay.
question.
Yeah. So coming over to augmented reality. So it's bit like the metaverse which we discussed earlier. So it's like anything captured in video camera, having real world images and various layers of digital information. So that's uh, augmented reality. So one example I can give, say there is a big mall in Bangladesh, in Dhaka, and there is one store over there, and you want to buy a furniture from that store. Say it's called as home decor or something, and you don't want to visit that store like physically, you don't want to see it, and you're not able to visualize like how that table is going to look like and all. So with the augmented reality, it gives you the feel, the positioning kind of thing, which you can visualize like how it's going to look over, and you can um, experiment it at various places, how you are going to place that particular furniture here and there, and mm, and once it looks all clear, you can just go there and buy it, or you can always buy online. So these are the further technological advancements which are going over and already in place, and that's for the ease for the users who wanted to use it. Coming over to the Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is further a very interesting mm, concept, and already there are many places where it's existing, and it's already being incorporated at autonomous cars, at smart cities, smart homes. So we'll try to understand it through an example. So what's Internet of Things is, suppose earlier I mentioned about that thermostat which you can have in your home. So it sets your temperature as per the coziest temperature you can have for the house, and it can have lights on or off, switched off, and everything being done according to your preferences and all. So that information, it stores within a week and starts behaving intelligently, providing all those services. Similarly, suppose your fridge can also give you information, okay? This vegetable is going to be finished, and please buy this before this. And how good it would be that it can provide you information that this vegetable is going to be stale by this time, or you needed to buy a bottle of milk, it's going to finish by this time. And uh, you just get those notification. So this is what internet of things is, that every electronic device which is present in your house or anywhere in your office or anywhere, they are all connected, and they can speak to each other, and they can provide you smart information. Similarly, suppose you have a washing machine, so washing machine is connected to your mobile phone, the lights, TV, and any electronic device you can think of. So, all of them, even your house, if the alarm or the security alarm and all, so all of these are connected. Suppose somebody breaks into your house, so you get notification and you are not at your house, so automatically the call goes to the police and all that. So all these features, connected, all electronic devices connected together, is internet of things. So I gave you a very small example of a house where all the electronic devices are interconnected. Similarly, you implement same thing on for smart cities. So in a smart city, there will be like thousand of things which needed to be connected, like the buses system, the taxi system, the roads, the stores which are present in that city, the shops, the any number of things you can think of. If they are interconnected and they are providing you some intelligent information, so that is internet of things. And there are works going on for having such smart cities, and all connected cars, buses, transportation system. So I mean, I haven't used that as an like practical experience, but there are a lot of material in existence, and one can have further more information about it. So this is internet of things. um okay, so coming over to beacons. Oh, this is again a very interesting device and emerging technological advancement thing which is there. So I would like to talk about this as well. So everybody knows about beacon, like what's a beacon. So it is size of a beacon, and it's a device which works on Bluetooth. So, suppose you are at a petrol station, and at a petrol station, you have got a store. Usually, I mean, the place presently I'm living in the UK, and the place where I live, the petrol stations are like they have small stores. Like, I mean, I can buy my grocery there, I can buy a coffee there, and I can buy a sandwich or that sort of snack there from the petrol station. So it's like multi-purpose, so I can have petrol and the gas done for the car I'm driving, and in case I'm hungry, I just park my car there and go to the store, and whatever I want to get, I can get it. Now suppose beacons are installed into that store, and I have my Bluetooth switched on. So on my phone itself, automatically, I would get information that there is this discount going over for the coffee, there is this discount for going over for this kind of sandwich, and this kind of sandwich is available here at the store, like in the corner shop. And suppose I wanted to buy something from grocery and the beacon is available there as well. So what sort of any whatever sort of commodity which I wanted to buy, all that information would automatically come to my phone. So that's very readily information and very helpful to me as a person who is stepping into something. So other examples, if I have to give you, suppose in your present scenario, just visualize any uh, shop where you wanted to buy a dress, and you go into it and these beacons are being installed there. And what happens, and in your phone the bluetooth is on, in your smartphone devices the bluetooth is on. So the moment you steps into the um store and you wanted to buy a particular dress, so all the information related to that dress, like how much it cost, what all colors is it available, what's the size of the dress, every that information would be coming over to your phone. And all sort of informations related to the kind of dresses you wanted to buy. The way you are progressing towards that store, the whole new information is coming over. So that's another use case, and there can be like millions of use cases of it. Other very common example more I can give to you is, suppose you go to your offices and you go through buses, and the bus stop where you go, these have these beacons installed, and you have your bluetooth on the cell phones. So what would happen, that it will provide you information like which station that is, what sort of bus is coming over, which route it will take. So all that readily information, and that's very handy, that's very amazing. So this is where the world is heading, and already it's being used in some countries. Though that's about beacons. So if I have to show you, this is how it looks. And do Google about beacons and YouTube about it. You'll love that. You'll when you if you are an technology enthusiast, or you think that in any way technology can help you expand your horizons for whatever you are working over, then it's a very good subject to uh, study and go further, explore further. Now, coming over to omni-channel marketing avenues which are present. So, if I talk about all the subtopics which I have discussed, like metaverse, artificial intelligence, then Internet of Things, then and in Internet of Things, your every device comes over. It can be a computer, it can be a laptop, it can be a mobile phone, or it can be a voice to text device, anything. So, if you are incorporating all of these into one system to tap the market of 5 billion people, then it's called omni-channel way of finding more people, bringing in more audience and engaging to audience. So it can be an in-store experience. So into in-store experience, you can have beacons installed, or you can have that artificially intelligent systems placed, where if a repeated customer is coming over, so you simply welcome with their name, and you provide them all the information which they are looking for. Like, you need not to show them like 100 dresses, and it's just 10 dresses they are more interested in, and out of that one of it they buy. uh, Facebook is already a biggest platform. There are some others, so that those can be leveraged further. Website is always there. Website again cannot be a dumb website. It needed to have a good content. It needed to have good ranking, and it need to have new technologies like chatbots sort of advanced tools available into it, and mobile is also other part. So all these leads to you getting more engagement and making your mission worthwhile, with uh, lots of people using it, like whatever you want to offer them. So that's about omni-channel. And this is just an exercise from my side. Like, if you would be interested, just think of some omni-channel uh, campaigns which you can run for whatever purpose you wanted to, and implement all which I've talked about. And retail innovation, I have already discussed with you that uh, today's customers are very smart customers. They are digital savvy. They don't want to spend a lot of money on exploring uh, trial and error kind of things, and they want all the service at their hands, ease of use. They are always looking. So by incorporating all these technology options, this is how we can offer them that ease of use. um, Amazon Go is already there. So what happens in Amazon Go is that there is this store, I think that's been in the US or maybe in the UK as well, where you just walk down to the store, you buy whatever you have to buy, you don't even pay there. You just come out, and with the ease of picking things from anywhere, you do it, and automatically at the end of month or somewhere the bill's done and everything done, and gets done. So that is how we have reached, and further we are going towards web 3. So that's all about today's trends and innovation, and I have more to talk about. So I can take one more session and I can continue. I mean, that all depends how it goes. So that's all, and I'm happy to take questions.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful presentation. I hope our participants learn a lot from you. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Oh, welcome.
Ma'am, now we are going to a short video. We are going to play a short video, and after that we come back again with our Q&A session. Okay, ma'am?
Sure, sure.
Thank you. Welcome back, everyone, dear participants. This is our Q&A session time. You can send your question in our comment box. If you have any question related to this topic, you can ask the question in the comment box. Our speaker is ready to answer the question. Ma'am, our first question is, good evening, ma'am. And the question is, how does the Internet of Things affect our everyday life?
So this is an interesting question. Uh, so I would say it will be bringing in more ease to our lives. We need not to remember so many things that our groceries getting short, there is no milk in fridge, the eggs are getting stale. So that sort of information you'll get easily, if you see in your day to day life, at least there is so much argument going between family members. Oh, you forgot this, you forgot that. So in a way it would bring that ease of use, and it will enhance quality of your life, that I would say.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, we are still waiting for your question. If you have any question related to this topic, you can ask the question in the comment box.
I can elaborate this further. So I gave example of a home, where the devices are connected. However, if you see it is in a mm, little broader way as a smart city. So your smart city would be, say there are 100 departments in a smart city. There is a fire brigade, there is this police department, there is this post office, there is this bank. So when all of these with the journal information which they can provide, when they get interconnected and you are also connected to them, so you can get a readily information about it. So maybe in future something like that happen, that a bank has certain offers, say they have this particular interest rate for the certain period of time for the scheme they have in the bank, and you may not be having that information. So once they are on the internet of thing kind of system, you can have that information. Oh, I can put my money there, I can have that much of interest. Then say there is some sort of fire happening at a place, then automatically a call goes to fire brigade office. So and then somebody is sick and they needed ambulance, then automatically this ambulance system is being called upon. So this is like a huge I would say plus to the various day to day activities where it can help, and it can mm, take forward humanity further. So these are the three small use cases I have discussed. They can be like for hundred of other things it can be.
Thank you, ma'am. One of our participants. Also, she is our speaker and a host, Ma'am Maribel de la Cruz. She said, interesting topic. We hope to have another session with you, ma'am.
No, lovely. I would love to have. Like, I have further whole topics already constructed, like what I would be sharing. So it's more interesting than the one I have shared. So I would love to. We will decide on someday.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, our next question is how metaverse is helping education.
Yeah, that's an interesting question. Ultimately, education, I believe, is one of the weapon which can eradicate the poverty and hunger from this whole world. So metaverse plays a lot of role here. I'll give you 7 8 examples here, and then you just formalize into your understanding, like how further it can go. Suppose I am somebody who is in a village, and uh, like fortunately that the village I am in, they have good access of technology and everything. and I can access like metaverse through my that computer. Now, as in village student, I do not have information like what happens in Stanford University, what the professors over Stanford University or Harvard University or Oxford or Cambridge, what they teach. I won't be having any information related to it. So suppose I want to get immersion of their experience, I can get from metaverse technologies. So that is amazing. Like at my village, at the tip of my village house, I can have access to these big professors. Of course, there will be this admission criteria and everything, but whatever be the general information which can be shared, so I can be part of that whole system, which never would be possible in other way. Also, suppose there is somebody who is disabled person, okay, that person cannot travel far, so that person at the sitting of his technological room can have access to various resources around the world. It can be millions of educational institutes which are there, and if they have their system incorporated in metaverses, so that person can access those. So you see the reach, like you can be at Harvard, you can be in best institute of Germany, you can be at best institute of England, of Ireland, likewise. So this is what the scope increases a lot, and it provides you like at your village you may not be knowing that what is good for you. At a younger age you may not have complete like path defined what you wanted to study further, so you can always interact with somebody who can guide you, and what sort of education would be best for you related to your interests, so that person can guide you, and that again you can do from your home. So all these are the use cases for education. Also, I'll let's say there is a doctor, okay, and that doctor wanted to do some sort of surgery, and he wanted, or he or she wanted to consult some other doctor from somewhere else. So that doctor can be through this technology can connect each other, and that person can train that person through the VR technology how to do the operation, how to do the surgery. So these kind of education can also be learned. So practically anything which you wanted to learn practically and being physically available at some place can be replaced by such technologies and by metaverses.
Great, man. Thank you. And the next question is, what are the main challenges of the Internet of Things?
Yeah. So the biggest challenge I would say is the implementation of these. Now, as I mentioned, that if a hospital is connected to a post office, is connected to a bus station, is connected to a fire brigade station, then these all offices surely must be having their some secure information. Okay. So how to implement that security is the biggest challenge. Then technology itself is not cheap. To implement even a small portion of technology or infrastructure, it's very costly. That is the second challenge. So I would say the finance would be the second challenge. First would be the security. Third would be to implement this and to make people understand how to use that in a easier way. Um you need to have a lot of investment done for it, so to train such people is also not easy. So you have to bring in such talent, you have to teach them certain coding and all. So that would be the third challenge. Fourth would be that it can always have positives, it can always have negative. There can be like 500 good thing this internet of technology is doing for you, and there can be one point where it is like falling down. So that can always happen.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your wonderful answer. And also thank you for sharing your valuable knowledge with our participants and giving us your valuable time. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Welcome.
Ma'am, what is your last and final words for our participants?
Oh, thank you very much. I just enjoyed the questions and I loved it. So I would love to come again and do the next session.
Thank you, ma'am. We hope we'll meet together in another session in IGP platform.
Sure.
Thank you. Dear participants, you know some of our technical problem in our website. We can share our webinar code. Don't be panic. We share all the code at a time. We will share all the code at a time. You can collect all this code from our Facebook page. Our Facebook address is Institute of Global Professionals. I again said that don't be panic. You can collect your all the webinar code at a time from our Facebook page. Thank you very much for your active participation in this session. We hope we'll meet together in our next day morning session. Thank you everyone. Stay happy and stay safe.